Hello all. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to my talk on Boost Business Productivity using recommendations from Einstein Next Best Action. The title seems very lengthy, but the talk is going to be short and sweet. So I'm Abhishek Kolipey. I work as a Salesforce Delivery Manager at Matrix 7 Private Limited. I'm an architect and I used to work as an independent Salesforce consultant, working with different clients across geographical locations. And I'm a trainer. I train a lot of people over the past couple of years on Salesforce, like for changing their career and for getting a job. I'm a Salesforce tech speaker too. I spoke at a lot of conferences across the globe. I am a startup guy. I work with startups, and I wrote my own blogs too. So this is my Twitter handle, Abhi. So you can tag me if you like any point in the talk, or if anything you wanted to ask me, or if anything you want to share, you can just let me know. And I'll be available in the chat box for any kind of questions at any point during the talk, even after the talk as well. So yeah, let's start. So this is a small collage of me in doing conferences. So this is in Jaipur, this is in Paris, in Delhi, Manila, Chicago, and all these places. So I went to many conferences, and I got the privilege to share the knowledge with our own Ohana. So these are the conferences I presented: French streaming in Paris, India streaming in Delhi, Jaipur streaming in Jaipur, Mumbai user groups, Texas streaming in Austin, Midwest streaming, the last physical conference, physical dreaming I attended in August 2019 in Chicago, and last year I spoke at BAM Premium too. So that's a virtual one. And obviously at our very own Salesforce CRM Stage 2020. So I had the privilege to speak in this conference too. So I get a privilege to be doing in the same conference this year too. Yep. Okay, so what's the agenda for today? So there are a lot of takeaways for you from the next 30 minutes. A lot of new tech learnings coming your way. Okay, and this is going to be a fun-filled session. Okay, so it's not going to be a boring or a regular one-way conversation, but you're going to enjoy it. Okay, I make sure you're going to enjoy this presentation. Hmm. So what will you learn? Okay, so first, what is next best action? Many of you might be hearing it like probably for the first time, or very recently you might have heard of it. Okay, and how is it beneficial for you? Like as a company, as an individual, as a Salesforce personal, as a Salesforce developer, as a Salesforce consultant, how is it beneficial for you? And what are the components of a next best action? And how to build it? Sorry. And finally, how to use it. So I'm going to show like three very simple, awesome demos. So you can learn more about that, how the recommendations are being built. Okay, so let's dive in. So, an extension of what will you learn? If you're a dev, you will learn how to leverage next best action into the code architecture. If you're an admin or an analyst, you will learn about all the awesome features of next best action and how to configure them and how easily you can do that. If you're like pretty new to Salesforce, it will give you a good insight into Einstein Analytics, like Salesforce Analytics. And if you are you just join the talk, so you can learn what you can do, what are the things possible with Salesforce Analytics. Definitely, that is Tableau. Okay. Hmm. So what is next best action? Okay, so first of all, it is a part of Einstein Analytics. The word itself is next best action. It is like recommending what is the best action of by gathering the data from the screen. Okay, so you have to remember this is available in only Einstein available logs, and you have to buy the licenses to use it too. Right now we are going to use PromoOrg. So we can develop a lot around that. And it's an intelligence behind recommendations. Okay, like if I want to recommend something, I should be intelligent enough to recommend the correct thing at the correct time to the correct customer. That's the intelligence which Next Best Action provides. And it's a smart tool to produce best possible outcome, the best action, the best possible outcome based on the current data that will be provided by Next Best Action. And it is very easy to configure and use. We're going to see in the next couple of minutes how easy it is to configure and how easy it is to use it. Okay, that's Next Best Action. And what are the benefits of NBA? So from now on, we're going to call it NBA. So first, it has a lot of user-friendly features like very easy to use, very easy to click, very easy to display, very easy to drag. So all the features are very user-friendly. And while building it, it's a step-by-step approach. You'll see how it is built step by step. And only 3 steps are there. So it's going to be pretty simple. And another interesting thing is it has a very good user adoption rate. So no matter what you develop, if the users are not ready to use it, it's of no use. But here, as it's a very simple thing, which is similar to the existing features, the existing users are going to use them a lot. They're going to easily get adapted to that. And customer satisfaction. Oh, you're going to get a lot of customers who are going to be satisfied after you're using this Next Best Action. So because they'll be loving the recommendations, and when they love the recommendations, they'll be buying that services or product. So it's like you're recommending a service or a product either from your company or from an external company to your customer. And whether he buys it or not, that's a different part, but you're recommending. That recommendations are coming up by Next Best Action. So definitely if they buy it, your sales or the company, or the external sales will improve. So all in all, it's a very good tool for your productivity and for your business revenue growth. Okay, so those are the benefits. Now let's see what are the components of NBA. Okay, so it's fairly simple to use and it's like only configuration. So first thing is a strategy builder. So what is a strategy to display recommendation? There can be hundreds of possible recommendations, but you have to define a strategy to show the correct recommendation. Okay, that's one. The second one is recommendations. So what kind of recommendations should we show? That should be created first as records. That's one second part. And there is a prediction builders too, like which will predict based on his data, based on the previous data of all the historical data of similar records. What is the customer going to do? But we're not going to touch base more on that because that's a complex topic all in itself. And yeah, and then lightning flows. Lightning flows, we're not going to focus much on that because it's already predefined, so we're going to use the predefined flows. Okay. So now let's build the NBA, a small one. Okay. So first, a simple prerequisite, you need to know the basics of Salesforce administration. Okay, like what are the fields, how to create records, what are the lightning record page, how the flows work, how the drag and drop works, everything. Okay, and flows. As I said, right, we're going to use the existing flows, so we're not going to go much into that. And set up your org. Okay, let's set up our org now, which I'm going to do after this slide. We're going to set some data just for dummy data and for testing purposes. Okay. And now, as you can see, it's a 3-step approach. First, define your recommendations. Okay. What are the possible recommendations? Okay. Second, prepare a strategy for your customers. And finally, prepare the next best action. Okay. It's simple. Dragging. Okay. Prepare recommendations, prepare the strategy, and prepare the next best action. Okay. So that is how we're going to build it. Okay. So let's see some stuff here. So I'm into my Salesforce org. I just signed it up few days back only. The latest Einstein promo org. So you can find it. So the link is in the ending of the presentation, and I'm going to post it in the chat too. Okay. So as you can see, this is Einstein enable. Okay. Pardon me for the internet. Okay, as you can see, prediction builder, get started with Einstein bots. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. So you need to go to setup here, and then you can find next best action. Okay. So we're gonna see that, and before that, we're gonna also this is how we're gonna do. We're gonna prepare the data too. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully it loads now. So this tool has been released like a couple of months ago only, and it is getting better. And right now it's in a very good shape. So you can start using it. A lot of people, a lot of companies are using it and giving very rave reviews for this. Huh. Yeah. Okay. You just need to search for next best action. Hmm. Wow. Okay, we'll come back to this page. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the thing, build NBA. Now let's go back to the next one. Next slide. So let's see the demo org. Okay. So let's set up a demo org, like which is the one which I'm showing that when it crashed. So we are let's assume we are a travel company and we're offering travel solutions to all our clients. And when I say clients, they're customers. Customers are accounts. Okay. So we're gonna see what kind of discount recommendations which you can provide to them, and what are the business recommendations which you can provide to them, and in general, any generic recommendation we can provide to them. Okay, so we'll create some few recommendations and we'll put it in the next best action. Okay, and so let's create account. I mean, so as a master and travel details, we'll create a child object. Okay, or travel info. Okay, so and we're gonna pull up all the details into the account. Just give me a second. Yeah, and you can post any questions if you have in the group. So about all these things. And as I said, so this is a sign up or you can just sign it anytime. And there are a lot of new features in Next Best Action, Prediction Builder, and Einstein bots. So they're really good. So you can just work out on that, and Trailhead is like so much supporting for everything. Okay, I hope. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, next best action in the process automation. Okay. Let's open it. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna open the objects too. I'm gonna show you the object which I created. So this is it. Create strategies. Next presentation is nothing but a strategy. Okay, and putting it on the page. So that's a different part. So I created like two strategies here. So I'm gonna show it, and let's see the new object which I created. Oh, I'm really loving my internet. Yeah. So on the account, I created some roll-up summary fields. Yeah. So I created an object, travel info. Just basic admin work. Just I'm showing how the created object. Okay. Travel info is the object name. Yeah. I just created like a couple of fields in here. Yeah. Number of passengers who are traveling, account, okay, and destination and mode of travel, okay, all these things. So we're going to use all of that and we're going to pull up into the account using roll up summaries and we're going to perform recommendations based on this. Okay. Hmm. Okay. And on the account object also, I created a couple of, as you can see, 8 travelers, roll up summaries, and here also maximum passengers booked. All these roll up summaries are created. So we created some, we'll be creating some records and we'll be pulling up the data into the account. Okay. As you can see, these are the travel infos. So it's gonna ask me for this details like number of passengers, mode of travel, destination, and account. Okay, so I already created it, so you can just create for time being. Number of just 10. Okay, and if you see the accounts, all the data is there. So we're gonna take some demo accounts too. So already these are there. So for example, if you take Edge Communication, and I pulled up all the fields here from travel info using roll-up summaries, and I'll be displaying it here. Okay, these 4 fields: maximum passengers, 8 travelers, trips to Paris, and road travelers. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So now let's go back. So now our demo org is set up. Okay. Like for example, this has a lot of related travel infos here. Yeah. As you can see, 3 travel infos. Okay. Now let's go back here. Yeah. So now that's a step 0. Now let's go to step 1. Okay, which is recommendation. Okay, so recommendation is an object in Salesforce given by Next NBA. So we need to create a recommendation record. Okay, and we have to give the acceptance label, which is mostly used as a primary key for identification. Okay, and we need to select an action. Like if I click on the recommendation is something which get displayed on the screen. Okay, that's the record which we'll be creating right now. Okay, and when we display it there and when we click on it, what's going to happen next is the flow. That flow is the action what we'll be doing it here. Okay, so let's, as I said here, app launcher recommendations. So let's come back here. Let's search for recommendation. It's already here, but yeah, I'll just search it. Okay, you'll get all the objects here. As I said, it's an Einstein or enabled. Okay, let's create our recommendation. Okay, test CRM stage. Okay, acceptance label, test stage. Okay, and rejection, reject test stage. So these will be coming as a buttons. I'm going to show it in the last how these are going to come. Okay, remember acceptance when you click on accept, and this one we are going to use it as a primary key too. And rejection when you click on reject, we don't want the recommendation, or this is like we want the recommendation. So and action, what should happen later. These are all flows. Okay, 5 different flows already predefined. So let's say purchase a bike. Okay, let me upload an image. hmm Yeah, this is last year's stage, CRM stage. You can say CRM stage poster. I'm going to use it now. Okay, so this is how a recommendation will be created. Okay, and if you can see here in the related, as we don't have anything, we're not going to add anything. Okay, our focus is on the details and the response. Okay, and response also mostly we'll use as a primary key. I mean, for identification, we're going to see that we're going to keep a filter like this while we're creating a strategy, and accept and reject. Okay, I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, now step 2. Okay, the important step, and it looks very complicated, but it's pretty simple. If you are familiar with the lightning flows, it's going to be very easy for you. Okay, we need to go to setup next best action, as I had already said, and a couple of things which you need to do. You need to create a strategy and load recommendations. Whatever the recommendation you have created, you need to load them. Okay, in sequence, step by step. What are the recommendations you want and everything? You need to put them in the sequence, and there is a branch selector. Okay, so you need to create a branch selector. Okay, and then like what branch selector is something like select the recommendation. You need to put the conditions properly so that the correct recommendation is selected. So we have a lot of recommendations, and we need to provide a branch out of all these recommendations, and the correct one will be going. Yeah, this branch is having a conditions. It will find out in every recommendation what are the conditions, and it will give the best action. All this is done in a strategy. Okay, that's a strategy. Step number 2, just hold for a minute. I'll talk step number 3 and we'll directly go. It's very simple NBA component. You have an Einstein Next Best Action component. You just need to drag it into the objects lightning record page. Here we are using account, so it's lightning account page. Okay. So yeah, if you remember, we created the recommendation here, test CRM stage, and already for our time being, I created like 3 recommendations. Let's say I wanna suggest my people. Let's say these people, these accounts, right? Edge Communications. I wanna suggest them, okay, because their company people are booking a lot in air travel, so I wanna suggest them to upgrade to business, a business upgrade recommendation. So I created a recommendation for them. Okay, so you'll be understanding this. Yeah, business upgrade and all kind of recommendations here. Okay, and if you want to submit like winter or group booking. Okay, so now before that, let's go back to next best action and create a strategy. Huh. Hmm. Okay, so remember the three steps: recommendations, strategy, and dragging your component. Okay, so this is the strategy builder. It's similar to the flows only. Okay, so let's say test stage strategy. Let's do it on account objects. Okay, so this is the one. So first let's load the recommendation. Reco stage. And the object is recommendations. We're going to use that. So this is how we're going to filter the conditions where acceptance label. This is why I say a filter. Okay. So let's see what is the acceptance label we kept. Test stage. Okay. So this is the recommendation. Okay. Now we need to give a selector. Okay. This see, let's say only one recommendation is there, but it is not necessary that recommendation should be always displayed. So we have to give a condition there. Okay. So that comes by branch selector. So there are other things like enhance, generate, filter, limit tree offers, map, sort, branch merge, first on empty branch. Many things are there, but we're going to focus on only a couple of things. Okay, let's go for the branch selector and drag it before the load. Okay, test BS1. Okay, oh yeah, first it will check for the existing recommendation, only this recommendation, and we need to set the logic here. Okay, when it's like when this branch will show this recommendation only when this condition is met. So this is a condition for showing the recommendation. Okay, let's say simple accounts. Let's say annual revenue greater than let's say 100,000. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, primarily we are done. Okay, we are done with our strategy. Let's test it. So let's select any account, edge communication. Oh, see, test CRM stage. This is coming like this. And this is the accept button. This is the reject button. This is in the preview mode. So the image is not coming. But as I said, accept, reject. I mean, accept the recommendation, reject. So this will be shown properly in the page too. We're going to do it in the last. Okay. So simple. This is next best action. Okay. Load your recommendations. Give the conditions for selecting and show them. Everything is in the strategy builder. Okay. Okay, so let's come back here. That's about the steps. Now we had seen a very simple thing. Now let's see more realistic use cases. Okay. So demo time. Okay. Use case 1. Will recommend a business class. Okay. Based on the travel spending, will recommend an upgrade. So for example, if you have seen a company and if they're booking more on air travel, we can recommend them an upgrade, business upgrade. So probably they can take it up. It's up to them whether they want to take it or not. Okay, so based on the air travel, only if they're air travel. Okay, so let's see how I created this recommendation. Okay, business upgrade recommendation, and this is the image I kept. Oh, sorry, I'm moving here and there. Yeah, so this acceptance label is business upgrade. Rejection label is this. Action, I'm just kept like John Wheeler starts. It's like this existing flow. Okay, so this is the business upgrade recommendation. We want to suggest it to people who are more frequent, we want to suggest to the company uh, who had a lot of air travel. Okay, that's one. Remember the condition. Okay, now recommendation done. Step number one is done. Step number demo case two. Recommend discounted group booking. For example, if a company has seen like, okay, in every trip you're sending like 10 people or 20 people, then based on the volume of their travel, we can suggest a group booking for them. Group booking always comes with discount. So we can suggest a group booking for them. So that's the second recommendation, second use case. Okay, let's see the recommendation for it. Okay, and after this we're gonna see the last demo and I'm gonna show everything then. Okay, so this will be the group booking. So when people book in more groups, when they're frequently booking in more groups, so we can recommend group booking option for them where they can get a lot of discounts. Okay, so this is the thing, name and acceptance label is group booking. Okay, remember the acceptance label and remember the condition. Okay, and now let's go to the third one. Okay, recommend winter clothing. Okay, based on the destination, if someone is traveling to some destination, and if it is like cold country or a cold destination, it's going to be chilly out there. So we can recommend them winter apparel. Okay, to the travelers. So that's the third recommendation. Okay, as you can see, recommend winter apparel. Okay, this is how we recommend, and this is the image. By the way, for group booking also, this is the image. This images will be coming on when we put the next best action. Okay, and acceptance label is winter apparel. Rejection label is reject winter apparel. Okay, we're gonna see it now. Okay, now let's go back. I already created a strategy for it. Okay, remember in the strategy builder, all recommendations are there. You need to give some conditions for selection and showing the correct thing in sequence. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, just keep practicing. I think this is a very good thing and it's very easy. See how we just in front of you, I just did a small recommendation. Now I'm going to do a little more complex recommendation with these three things. Okay. So again, business upgrades. Okay, for eight travelers. Okay, business upgrade and group booking for people who are booking in bulks. Winter apparel based on the destination. Okay, so let's see the strategy. Already created a demo strategy. Let me open that. Oh, that's sweet. Huh. So three recommendations. Let's see the conditions for everything. When should we show what? That's the recommendation. Okay. So as you can see, Reco 1, Reco 2, Reco 3. I just dragged three loads here. Okay. Let's see Reco 1. Okay. Conditions are met. Acceptance label equals group booking, if you remember this. Okay. And second, business upgrade. Nothing else is changing. Everything is same. Business upgrade. Third, winter apparel. Okay. Acceptance label equal to this. Now I have all the recommendations in this world. Now I need to select the correct one with the conditions and display it. So that's a brand selector. So as you can see, these three things. So this is how it goes from left to right, from top to bottom. First, it will go here. It will check the conditions. and if it is there, it will satisfy. Second, load record 2 will come. It will go into the branch selector. If it is satisfying the record conditions, it will display. Same for recommendation 3. Okay. Step by step it will go. Load the recommendation, check in the branch selector and display if it is satisfying. Load else go to the second recommendation. Okay. Let's see the second recommendation. It's a business upgrade. Okay. Yeah. So let's see the branch selector, the logic. This is fairly simple. It's configuration only. Okay. Branch 1, reco 1. Okay. As I said, it's like for the group booking. Okay. And yeah, it's for the group booking. So record, which is its account record, maximum passengers booked. Okay. Let me quickly show you that account 2. If you remember, I told, right, we just created like roll up summary fields. So that's the thing. Maximum passengers booked. So this field is the condition. If it is greater than 20, display recommendation 1, which is which is group booking. Recommendation 2 is business upgrade. Okay. As I said, if more and more air travelers are traveling, which is greater than 15, I mean greater than or equal to 15. Okay. Then we can display it. 8 travelers greater than or equal to 15. Okay. So ideally for this one, the recommendation is 8 travelers greater than 15 because the maximum passengers are not greater than 20. 8 travelers are greater than 15. Okay. Let's see the third one. When the trip to Paris, if they're going to Paris, definitely it's a cold country and it's a chilly destination, so they need winter apparel. So does not equal 0. So at least there is one trip to Paris. If 0, then no point in recommending. So ideally for this, maximum passengers is greater than 20, no. Okay, the first one, it won't be coming. Okay. Second one, air travelers is greater than or equal to 15. This will come. Okay, business upgrade. Third one is winter apparel. Trip to Paris is 0. It should be greater than 0. So for this, group booking will be coming. Sorry, for this winter business upgrade will be coming. Okay, understood? Simple. These are the conditions. And save. Okay, now let's go back to the edge communications. Let's drag the next best action. Okay, so it's available on the left side as a component. So we just need to drag it and we need to set up also. Set up which strategy we are using. We have multiple strategies, right? So that's why. Okay, this is the standard. As you can see, the standard and prediction build is also there. Okay, so I'm really hoping like you'll definitely get access to here and you'll log in and you can play around with this. A lot of new features are there. It's taking time. Okay, so now I just tried one next best action. Let me put the second one also, which the sample which you created now. Let me put that also here. Okay, so for the first one, as you can see here, just gonna move it again. Yeah, strategy source is strategy builder. Okay, and action strategy is demo strategy. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, and this is the one. The second one will keep a different strategy. Will keep uh, test stage strategy. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, let's go back. Let's see all these accounts. Let's open other accounts too. Huh. Yeah, so let's see the details here for this account. Okay, see the second strategy will be recommendation will be coming test stage. Yeah, because it's greater than 10,000. Every customer, every account has annual revenue greater than 10,000. So it will be coming for everything. Okay, and now see this edge communication. Here the 8 travelers is greater than or equal to 15. This condition is satisfying. So it's recommending a business upgrade. Okay, but if you see for pyramid constructions, so it's showing the winter apparel. Okay, so let's see how many trips they're having to Paris. See, one trip to Paris. But here it's 0 trips and no other conditions are satisfied. And if you see Gene Point, the final account, see it's recommending group bookings. No trip to Paris, 8 travelers are like only 12, but maximum passengers 23. Okay, that's a group bookings. For these guys, suggest winter apparel based on trip to Paris, but these guys more 8 travelers suggest business upgrade. Okay, so this is how it is. Pretty simple to do. Okay, so that's about the demos. And yeah, so in summary, we had seen what are the benefits for your company's revenue growth. If someone clicks on accept the recommendation, they'll be buying that. So that's a revenue, either to your company or to another company. Obviously, that company also will pay you some commission or something. And as you can see, the time to build NBA, if you're properly planned and defined, if you have a wonderful strategy, you can easily build an NBA in a very less time. And you can keep changing it dynamically. As you can see, how easily I can change it, right? So that's what. And all in all, it's a smart assistant to users. Users will be so happy because of the recommendations. Okay. And these are the references. Uh, yeah, this should be NBA, NBA developer org, NBA dev edition sign up, not CPQ. And yeah, and that's the project on next best actions. You can see it here. And if you have time, you can just look at my blog as well. Okay. Thank you. I think that's the end of the talk. I believe you enjoyed it and you had seen the demos and you had learned at least a little bit of it. So you'll be going back and looking at it later point. And that's my Twitter handle. Thank you so much from Abhishek Kolipey. Thank you. Have a good day and stay safe. Bye bye.